as far as all melanated towns and communities go, I'm sure you've heard of Black Wall Street, right? I'm sure you heard of Seneca Village in New York. You might have heard of Haiti of Alabama or Durham, North Carolina. But there's one city I'm sure you haven't heard of. And we're going back to Oklahoma because if you're not aware, okay, Oklahoma is where the most concentrated area of all so-called black towns and communities existed in America. All right. And this little tidbit of history I'm going to give you is there is a so-called Creek Indian by the name of James Barnett. Okay. And now through his indigenous status, he allotted land, which eventually became known as Boley, Oklahoma, to his daughter. All right. And he had an idea that he formulated in his mind that instead of using this land for himself for agriculture, he decided to see the bigger picture and, bring together like minds and provide, a community or a safe haven for his people. And so he got a couple people together and he brought his ideas forth, and Boley Town was created, or Boley, Oklahoma was created. All right. And when I'm talking self-sufficient, all right, it was very self-sustainable. They had over 200 businesses. They had their own banks. They had their own hospitals. They had their own colleges, right? They had their own water system, okay? And Boley, Oklahoma is actually the first also called black town to ever have their own electrical plant. So they were generating electricity, melanated owned, baby. Okay, so this is what we really have to get back to. And what's so significant again is this history that we don't like to talk about, is that indigenous side that, well, most of us were already here in America. Okay, and when this happened, when this so-called United States entity came and the reclassification and denationalization happened, that kind of tore up our our heritage and our way of life and disrupted our progress and who we are as a people. So once we get back to our roots, okay, and our natural way of living, then we can achieve, what we were doing back then. All right. This is why the whole idea of evolution is alive. Because you can go back in the past and see how we were far greater. We were doing far better things, more advanced than we ever were today. And what we're trying to get back in the past of what we're doing now. Okay. So that whole idea of evolution is a lie. All right. That's just a theory that was created